Get into the groove to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and I was hoping I had a record album around because this idiom, this expression, comes from the times of recording studios, 1930s jazz, and also simultaneously when records and albums were created. Now, I'm old enough to know that I still have records, I still have albums, a few, I only saved a few in my storage unit. Yes, I will admit I have a storage unit where I keep stuff that I really don't need and should get rid of, but I haven't gotten rid of yet. And in there, in the dusty old corners of that cobwebby space, are some record albums which have grooves in them. Old recording technology meant in the groove, and when the record player, the needle was in the groove, it sounded awesome. Everything was wonderful. Old recordings and old actually speaking things and recordings and records and music was all shared through that technology. Now technology's changed dramatically and we stream things, and at our fingertips we have, at our phone tips, which is at our fingertips, we have access to, you know, so much information and so many recordings and so many voice recorded, video recorded things. It's mind-boggling. But this idiom came from the 1930s and jazz and gave birth to the term groovy. And I realized today, as I was getting ready this morning, I am not groovy. I'm in the groove. I go with the flow. I like this idiom. It's similar to smooth sailing. Things are going really well, and well defined by you, right? Growing and building and supersizing our business, and if it's going well or not is defined by you. Even when we're having tough, challenging times, things can be going well. If we're dealing with those situations and solving problems and moving forward and moving toward what we want, even during COVID and the pandemic, there were a lot of people doing well. They might not have talked about it, but they were doing well, even in difficult times. So it is possible. It's possible for me, it's possible for you, it's possible for everyone if we believe that it's possible for us. So I like this idiom. I don't think I say, let's get in the groove very often. I'm sure I've said it, but probably not very often. Maybe back in the 60s and 70s when I was young, more than ever, but not so much now. I would say more like, let's get in the flow, or let's get this thing going or flowing, versus in the groove. But in the groove, it gives us a good visualization. If you're old enough to remember jazz and record albums and things, you know, the 1930s and jazz was before my time, but I know people that love jazz. I've been to jazz clubs and things, so I appreciate it, and I appreciate that it gave rise to groovy and things like that. All right, love to know your experience with this particular idiom and expression. Share in the comments below. How do you think you can use it to build and grow and supersize your business? When we're in the groove and flowing, things are going well and we're creating what we want to see in the world. That's the purpose of all of our businesses. Make the world a better place and create and set an example for other businesses and other people, and to solve problems and help other people, right? At least that's why my businesses exist. Any questions, hit me up. Any cool idioms you'd like to know the meaning of, the history of, where they came from? If you followed me at all, you know sometimes I can find them, sometimes I cannot. Sometimes there isn't, or the information is so muddied, it's hard to know exactly where a particular idiom or expression came from. But what's cool about them is they've been around for, or what's groovy about them is they've been around, many of them, for centuries, decades for sure. And that means if we've heard of them, or if we're experiencing them, even if we're not, probably some of the people that we interact with have, and they mean different things to different people. And it's important for us to understand so we can increase our communication and serve the people we're here to serve better. All right, have a great day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.